Every plate on your table began as something you'd never expect. Backed. Bone.
It starts far from the kiln, in the raw material yards that feed fine ceramics. Steam and pressure strip away everything but the bone's mineral core.
At nearly 1,000 degrees, the bone is calcined into pure white ash.
Hour by hour, bone becomes the whitening agent behind bone china. This fine white powder holds the secret to bone china's glow. Ground finer than flour, the bone ash is now ready for the ceramics plant. From ash to icon potted, the journey to the ceramics factory begins. Bone ash, clay, and stone tone, the raw ingredients begin their journey together. Every fine plate first travels hundreds of miles as raw powder and stone. This is where raw bone and stone will become something delicate. Every batch is logged before it becomes part of the mix. Each raw material waits here, ready for its transformation. Precision begins here. Every ingredient measured before it's touched.
From the yard to the mixing floor, the real work begins.
Welcome to the plant where bone china plates are born.
This is where raw powder becomes porcelain fit for any table. Every shift begins the same way. Precision starts with the people. Cleanliness is the first rule in making something this fine. Somewhere in this hall, ash and clay begin to become a plate.
Behind every plate, a quiet system of precision keeps watch.
Roughly half of every bone china plate is bone ash to grate, measured to the gram.
Gravity does the first work, feeding the mix toward the grinder. A full day of grinding turns rock and bone into liquid clay.
Even a trace of iron can ruin the whiteness of a bone china plate.
Purity here means brilliance later, under the glaze. Water gives way, and a workable clay body finally takes shape. Every bubble removed now means one less crack in the kiln.
Patience matters. The clay must rest before it can be shaped.
This is where flat clay finally becomes the shape of a plate. In seconds, a spinning wheel gives a flat plate its form.
Nothing is wasted. Even the trimmings return to the clay body. As the mold drink in the last moisture, the plate becomes solid enough to handle.
Freed from its mold, the plate takes its first true shape.
A steady hand erases every trace of the mold.
Before the fire, every plate must prove it's ready. Now the plates begin their first true test. milling, fire. From here, precision machines take over where hands leave off. 12 hours of fire turns soft clay into true ceramic, the biscuit.
The biscuit stage is done. Now comes the glaze that gives it life.
Glaze is more than a coating. It's what gives bone china its glow.
In seconds, an even, milky coat transforms the plate's surface. Some shapes still need a human hand and decades of practice. One clean ring around the base prevents disaster in the kiln. One more firing, hotter than the last, will seal the glass-like glaze.
At the glaze's melting point, the plate becomes truly bone china.
Held to the light, the bone ash reveals its glow, injury, proof of quality. Machines now catch flaws no human eye could spot in time. Precision engineering now carries the plate toward its final look.
Even the pattern begins as something impossibly thin and fragile.
A steady hand turns a blank plate into something to remember.
For thousands of identical plates, machines bring the same precision every time. One final, gentler fire locks the pattern in forever. What was once a fragile paper transfer is now part of the plate itself.
Every pattern is measured against perfection before it moves on.
The last touch is the quietest, a final polish for a perfect edge.
Real gold, fired at just the right heat, becomes part of the glaze.
Even a fraction of a millimeter can decide if a plate passes or fails. Held to the light, true bone china glows like porcelain and stone combined.
A clean ring means a plate strong enough to last generations.
Behind every delicate look, real engineering proves its strength. Only the finest pieces earn the label of first quality. A careful hand makes sure every set leaves complete. Sealed and coated, each box carries its own paper trail. One box becomes 100, stacked and ready for the world. Wrapped tight, the plates are ready to wait for their journey. Here, finished plates wait in careful order until the world calls for them. Every pallet is tracked, ready the moment an order calls its number. An order comes in, and the warehouse answers within minutes. From factory floor to shipping container until the two, the plates are almost gone. Sealed and secured, the journey to distant tables begins. What began as bone and ash now travels the world as fine china.
One more stop before these plates reach a family's table.
And this is how modern factories produce bone china plates, from bone to table.
From raw bone to fine china, a journey of fire, precision, and patience.
Comment what's next.